بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الأمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today we're going to revise together for the grade 6 exam on Sunday, God willing. So please all of you pay attention and rewatch this video like 10 times if you can do it, okay? So we're going to have two stories. We're not going to have one story this time. We're going to have two stories. Madam Sahar asked me to have two stories in this exam. So we're going to have Into the Eyes and Inventing the Future. You have to go back to all the worksheets and you have to revise them. The first question is going to be about Into the Eyes. Was the first to reach and conquer the North Pole? Everyone agrees that we do not know who is the first one to conquer the North Pole. Was it Nansen, Robert Peary, or Dr. Cook? We are not sure until now. But according to Wikipedia and according to all the historians, it's Robert Peary. So please, if you're going to have this in the exam, you have to check Robert Peary. Then the second one, if you remember when we were talking about the balloon flight expedition to the North Pole, it failed. Because of what? Because of false directions? That's wrong. Because of lack of provisions, they didn't have enough food or enough water. That's wrong too. It was because of the temperature changes. You remember that the hot air balloon was like working on hot air. That's why we call it a hot air balloon. And that area was so cold. So the mixture of, or the combination of being cold and hot at the same time, it was a problem. Then the explorers had stopped the trips to the Arctic at the time because of what? We have talked about this. We have said it was because of World War I. That's why you have to check war. Then we're going to move on to Thomas Edison Alva, okay? The first or the main electrical device that he created, and he called that device, it's his baby, okay? It was the telegraph, not the phonograph, and not the telephone. He only improved the telephone, please. The telephone was created by Alexander Graham Bell. Number 5, the story of Thomas Edison was a biography or an autobiography or an expository text. Here, some people are going to say it's an expository text because it provides us with all the information we need about that person, but that's wrong. It's a biography because someone is writing about someone else's life or major event in his life. It's not an autobiography. When you're going to write an autobiography, you're going to write about yourself. Then number 6, Thomas Edison and Mary, they had how many children? You're going to collect points because of those easy questions. They had 2 children? No. They had 4 children. That's wrong. They had 3 children, and it's mentioned in your book. Number 7, Thomas Edison had improved Abraham's invention, which is the easy. It was the telephone. Then number 8, which one is considered Thomas Edison's marvelous new invention? Was it the candle? People are going to laugh at you if you're going to choose the candle. The battery, yes, he improved the battery, okay? And you remember when Nawaf Sinid was talking about the battery, and Nawaf, I'm waiting on WhatsApp. You have to send me what was called that battery, okay? He improved the light bulb, the lamp, the electrical lamp. Let's move forward to the vocabulary here. Of course, we're going to have the vocabulary of both Into the Eyes and Thomas Edison, Inventing the Future. So it was a challenge for the boy to conquer his fears. You remember when we were talking about the king of China who conquered all the 7 kingdoms next to him? Okay, to conquer means to defeat and control. Your destiny is your fate, and you are the only one who is going to draw his destiny. I will not live in a house that is not insulated. And you remember when we were Into the Ice, you have to live in houses made of ice, okay? And they have to be insulated, covered to slow the flow of heat. Mrs. Ali's company was the first to devise that type of engine. Some people, or engine, I'm so sorry. Some people are going to use the word devise, which is written with C, but here we have the verb, which is to devise, okay? It means to invent or to create. What do you know about the efficiency of this washing machine? The efficiency means doing something without wasting time and without wasting money, okay? Or the minimum of loss, okay? Or the minimum of loss in money and in work, okay? That's efficiency. Number 6, an important message was transmitted later than that night. And we have talked about the radios. We have said transmission means being sent from one place to another, okay, through radio waves. Number 7, our teacher said that we had to reproduce our experiment, and we have talked about mice here. You remember? So the mouse, the female mouse, and the male mouse, they're going to reproduce to have babies, okay? That's the meaning of to reproduce if you're going to talk about it scientifically. But if you're going to talk about a printer, for example, and you're going to say the printer is going to reproduce paper, it means it's going to make copies. Then Dr. Patel proclaimed, you need to go to Google and write, please, the Emancipation Proclamation, for example, in the United States of America, okay? A proclamation is an announcement. For example, we're going to say Barack Obama, the American president, of course, the old American president, he proclaimed, okay, that we wouldn't, for example, have any difference between colored people and white people, for example, okay? So that's a proclamation, an announcement. You're going to announce. You have to revise from your book too, okay? You need to. So then we're going to move forward to the spelling, phonetics. Choose the correct spelling of the word in each group. I cannot help you with this one. You have to revise it. You have to learn it by yourselves. For example, how to write the word. It's an example, you see. You still have like 3 weeks of phonics and pronunciation and spelling. You're going to revise it by yourself. You have to revise it by yourself. Synonym, that's the way we write synonym. Archive, outward, discontent, precious, and sensational. It's up to you to be perfect in writing those words. And here let's move forward to grammar, which is too important. Choose the correct form of the pronouns to complete each sentence below. So here we have the word pronoun, as usual, please. We have noun inside the word pronoun because every pronoun is going to replace a noun. And the noun a pronoun is going to replace is going to be called an antecedent, okay? In English, we have different kinds of pronouns. We have subject pronouns, object pronouns, reflexive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, possessive pronouns. We have different kinds of pronouns. But the most important pronouns are the subject pronouns and the object pronouns, okay? The subject pronouns are going to be the doer of the verb. I, he, she, it, you, we, and they. I'm the doer of the verb, so I'm going to use I. Okay. However, when you are the receiver of the action, you're going to be the object pronoun. For example, let's say I help my friend. Okay. I is the doer of the verb. I need a subject pronoun. Help is the verb itself. My friend, I'm going to replace it with him, not he, because him is the object pronoun. He is a receiver of the action, so I'm going to replace it with him. So let's move forward. The first one, the bird. It's an animal. It's brainless, okay? So you need it or its. So the bird hides in its nest, which means that nest belongs to the bird. It's a possessive pronoun. We cannot say ours because it does not follow in gender, person, or number. And we cannot say hers because we're going to use hers with a female who has a brain, okay? Then I convinced my friend that should join the team. We have said before that we have a trick in English. If you have a pronoun before a verb, it's going to be a subject pronoun. Okay? It's going to be the doer of the verb. So here it's obvious. I convinced my friend. My antecedent is the friend. What is perfect for a friend is going to be he or she. I don't have a she here because I don't know the gender of the friend here. Okay? If I have he and she, I'm going to be confused. I can use he and I can use she, because he didn't tell me if that friend is a girl or a boy, okay? So I'm going to use he. We'll plan to go camping with my family next week. I cannot say me and I cannot say mine. Mine means that it belongs to me. It's a possessive pronoun. Me is an object pronoun, and here we have I need. The subject pronoun is going to be I. I will plan. Then Julie bought a new dress. That dress is hers. It belongs to her, okay? And because I don't have a noun after the possessive pronoun, I'm going to use hers, not her. Then by the end, we have studied the life cycle of the butterfly. I cannot say us have studied or them have studied because they are both object pronouns. We need a subject pronoun. Thank you so much. See you on Sunday. Watch this video 10 times if you can. Goodbye. Thank you so much and contact me.